Say, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Fristina Jade Berdin, 31 years old, single with living-in partner with two son ages 14 and 4 years old, and two daughters 12 and 7 years old, living at Barangay Kalumpang, Zone 6, Molo, Iloilo City. I have one sister and one brother. I am the eldest child of the family and I am a college level.
Okay, so you have 4 children. Are you the one taking care of them since their
Yes,
birth?
ma'am.
And who will take care of them if you work abroad?
My parents, ma'am.
Do you have a work experience as a domestic helper abroad before?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so please tell me about your work experience as domestic helper here in the Philippines.
I work here in Philippines as a domestic helper to a couple with two children, ages 3 and 5 years old. I do all the household chores like cleaning, washing, and ironing the clothes, cooking, but my main duty is to take care of the children.
Okay, so how long did you work as a domestic helper here in the Philippines?
2 years, ma'am.
And how would you describe your employers? Are they good to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And how would you describe yourself as a worker?
I am a hardworking, honest, and responsible person, ma'am.
Do you have a tattoo?
No, ma'am.
And do you have undergo a cesarean operation or surgical operation or serious sickness before?
No, ma'am.
Why do you want to work abroad?
I want to work abroad to give a financial stable to my family, send the children to school, and to build our house.
What time do you usually sleep and wake up when you are working?
I sleep at 10 p.m. after the work is done, and I wake up at 5 a.m.
In Hong Kong, kids are super active and sometimes they tend to be out of control. So how will you control your temper?
I will be patient and more understanding to them, ma'am.
If you are homesick, what would you do?
I will remind myself that I need this job for my family.
Do you have an allergy to a certain food?
No, ma'am.
Do you accept no day off but instead to be paid by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you visited the parents, relatives, and friends of your employer, will you help them do the housework there?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you promise not to lend money in Hong Kong?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you scared of dogs and cats?
No, ma'am.
Are you willing to share a room with the kids and elder in
Yes,
Hong Kong?
ma'am.
And what will you do if the baby is sick?
I will check the temper and then call my employer if they have fever.
Okay, so you mean you have to check the temperature of the baby?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do you promise not to use your cell phone during working hour?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you promise, by the way, and do you smoke and drink alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Do you promise not to use your, by the way, do you promise to finish your contract with your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you willing to extend your contract if your employer requested to?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you sing a nursery song for kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please give me example.
5 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mother duck said, quack, 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 but 4 little ducks came back.
Okay, so thank you. And can you please say a short message to your future employer?
Good day, ma'am and sir. Hope you select me as your helper. I am a hardworking, honest, and responsible person. I promise to serve your family with all my best. Thank you.
And can you love the children of your employer like your own children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you a happy person?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all today and thank you for coming.